giggle and be so excited. All right, let's do some yoga. So find a comfortable seat on your mat. Close your eyes. And allow yourself to shift around here to start. So you're feeling what's going on in your body. Feeling around for some of those tight places or areas that may still be compressed from sleeping. And over the next 3 or so breaths, settling into a seat that feels at least relatively comfortable. And then beginning that Ujjayi breath. So you're starting to draw the breath in using the muscles, the back of your throat. Mirroring that intentional inhale with an equally strong, intentional exhale. Taking these next few moments to really just feel. Noticing what's bubbling up, what's present for you. And with your next inhale, draw in a deeper breath than you've taken so far. At the top, hold full. As you're ready, exhale out the mouth, let it go. Again, like that huge breath in, filling yourself up all the way to the brim. At the top, holding full. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Do that twice more at your own rhythm. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath, that whisper breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Just start to move in your seat. Keep your eyes closed so the movement is more from what you're feeling, what you're experiencing versus how it looks. Few more breaths, just shifting, moving here. And over the next breath or so, make your way back to center. And slowly opening your eyes. Bring the soles of your feet together in a Baddha Konasana. And then We're going to do this Ram Dev style. Just start flapping your legs so you feel like a 5-year-old. It just makes me giggle, so it's good. And watching all of your butterfly legs flap makes me giggle even more. I've missed it. I've just been flapping my legs on my own. All right, bring your legs to stopping. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, place the left hand down. Right hand comes to the center of the thigh, or the inside center. Start to press the thigh down and away, and then lean away from the leg. Yeah. Don't go to a place where you cringe. Go to that first edge of resistance, and then breathe into the intensity. So you're not pushing those limits. You're just going to that first edge of resistance. When you push beyond those limits, you actually have a tendency to tear the little muscle fibers, which then creates more scar tissue, which then makes you tighter. If you want to add a twist, you can start to turn towards that left thigh, leaning down towards the leg. Keep the spine long though, so you're not crunching the spine. And breathe all the way down into the right kidneys, right lower side of your back. If you're twisted, untwist. Release that right hand, lift up and over, coming into a side bend. Draw this left shoulder down away from the ear. Hug the elbow in towards the torso so you feel a little bit of activation through that left arm. Fill up this right side body with breath. And coming into a neck stretch, take that right arm over to the right. Let your head hang heavy towards the left shoulder. Reach through the fingertips so there's an intentional extension happening. Reach through that left hand, come back up. Right hand, come back up through center. I haven't mirrored for a very long time. Roll through the shoulders. All right, taking the second side. So right hand comes out, left hand comes to the thigh. Notice if there's a little bit of aggravation in that side body. Be kind as you start to lean over so it slowly starts to release. If you cannot easily breathe, that's a good sign to back out of the pose. Soft press through the thigh. And maybe start to lean more into that right hand. Perhaps turning it into a bit of a twist so the chest orients towards that right leg. It's good. It's going to be like a brain teaser to remember how to mirror. Breathe down into the left side of the low back. Notice if you're creating more stress by pushing. So where can you soften? And we'll come back to that concept time and time again today. Finding those moments you can release, places you can soften. All right, coming into the side bend, release that left hand. Come back upright if you're twisting. Inhale, take that left arm up. Keep the length. Exhale, up and over for your side bend. And this right hand should be out in line with the hip. Not so much that you can rest the forearm on the ground, but you've got an active bicep supporting you. Breathe here. Maybe close your eyes so your awareness is more in feeling rather than what it looks like. We'll all copy Melinda. Come into your neck stretch. Bring that left arm over to the left. Head hangs heavy towards the shoulder. Left shoulder peels back so the shoulder blade hugs closer to spine. Heart is lifted even in this neck stretch. reach through that left hand, ease your way back upright. Take a huge breath in, lifting to the heart. Exhale, fold forward, just hinging from your hips, so you may just be a tilt forward. And then if you need, you can keep the hands behind you for support or start to walk the hands forward. Once again, going to that first edge of resistance, and it may be just a lean. Perhaps you're feeling pretty open, and you can ease your way deeper, chest towards feet. Notice how you attempt to distract yourself. Can you stay with sensation? Can you stay with feeling? Inhale, ease your way back up. Hands to outer thighs, help the legs back together. And then give them a little shake out. Does anybody want to have a roll? You do, you have a block? Okay. Do you have one? Okay. Everyone lay onto your back, I'll get a roll. Y'all know what's happening, but I love that you're all avoiding the fact that you know what's happening. Take your roll, place it in between your thighs. Snug up towards the pubic bone. Extend your legs straight up to the sky. If that's pulling on your low back or hamstrings, bend your knees so you're taking some pressure out of the back body. If that still bothers your low back, you can always bring the legs all the way down to the ground. Interlace the hands behind your head. Activate your feet so your toes are spreading wide. Take a huge breath, spread it through the back body. Hold that breath in, press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone up so the legs lift higher. Squeeze around your roll. Exhale, lift head and shoulder blades. Squeeze your roll a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze a little more, pull low belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a second time, pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Yeah, nice, Louise. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Take an extra breath. Moving into gate opener. So if you look like you're going to collide legs with your neighbors, stagger yourselves. Man, I haven't said that for more than a year. That's quite exciting. All right. Oh, the silly things in life. All right. Take a huge breath into the back body. Hold full. Press mid-back into mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale. Lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale. Keep head and shoulders up. Bring your left hand to your prop, straddle the legs. Yep. On exhale, curl tailbone, reach out through thighs, pull low belly down. Inhale, bring legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat, curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders, shoulder blades, squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. You can always keep your knees bent here. Curl tailbone. Exhale, reach out through inner thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Press mid-back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. We'll do one more round. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. Pull low belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out as far as you can through inner thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Last one. Curl tailbone. We have to keep the left and right hands even. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Tuck tailbone. Reach out through thighs, lift shoulders higher. There you go. Pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together and release. Lovingly set your prop aside. Hug your knees into your chest. Get a little rocking to release through the inner thighs. And we'll take butterfly on a rock pose because David's actually here today. I can just be proud of the fact that you named this pose. So, feet are about hip width apart. On your exhale, lower the knees to one side, also known as windshield viper legs. Inhale, legs back together. Exhale to the other side. Just get a rhythm that feels good to your body, releasing the spine, releasing the hips, moving with your breath. Coming back through center, setting up for bridge pose. So knees stacked directly over heels, feet about hip width apart. On your inhale, tuck tailbone so you feel those abdominals once again engaged. Slowly peel the spine up and away from the mat, lifting into bridge. So your hips are elevated, inner thighs hugging slightly towards one another. Arms passive by your sides or framing the torso, fingertips pointing towards the leaves. Really focus on this front body opening up and expanding. Letting that full fluid breath flow into the chest and make its way down into the abdominal cavity, all the way into the hips. So all of those core muscles we just tightened have an opportunity to open back up, creating that flexible quality. Close your eyes and do a scan. Notice where you can soften in your body. Is there somewhere that you're holding unnecessary tension? Maybe your jaw, maybe your hips. Can you take a breath or two to release some of that tension? Last inhale here, maybe the hips lift a little bit higher. Exhale, tuck tailbone. Slowly roll the upper, mid, and lower spine back down to the mat. Release your back body here, either hugging knees into chest or pressing thighs away. And then roll over onto your side. Keep your... Usually it's my mom, today it was my dad. Come forward onto your forearms. Setting up for dolphin. Wow, you guys are awesome. Usually you're like, oh, I wonder what's happening next. Come forward. So elbows are directly under shoulders. Hands either clasped or fingertips pointing forward, hands spreading wide. Take a huge breath, lift up in between the shoulders. Relax the head, maybe turn a little yes and no. Your exhale, tuck your toes under, extend the hips up to the sky for dolphin. Head is up off of the ground. Knees can be bent here. It's more important to have that straight, long spine. Keep pressing the chest towards your shins. Filling this pose up with your breath. And especially here, notice where you're holding tension. So you gripping the earth, can you soften a little bit? Breathing into the back body. Your next inhale, extend the left leg up to the sky. Spread your toes, reach that leg high. Yeah, awesome. Good, Joanne. Spread through the toes. Maybe more of the weight shifts into the forearms. Exhale, slowly lower that left foot down, slowly. Inhale, slowly extend the right leg up to the sky. Awesome, nice, David, let your head relax, good. Keep spreading the toes, maybe more of the weight shifts into your forearms, breathing into this pose. Exhale, lower the right foot, 2 more dolphin breaths. Lifting in between the shoulder blades, keeping the hips extending towards the sky. Exhale, lower your knees to the earth, child's pose, embryo, or puppy. Really just settling into the earth here. Taking a moment to expand into the back body. Finding an element of release. Inhale to slowly rise to hands and knees. Exhale to press back to downward facing dog or your version of down dog. So checking in with your body. If you need a different variation, take it. And spread the fingers wide, hands about shoulder-ish width apart. Knees can be bent, hips extending, spine long. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale out the mouth. Again, like that, deep breath in. Exhale to let it go. Inhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat so you come into a forward fold. Knees can be bent. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale to fold it back in. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale to fold it in. Last one. Reach back to the sit bones. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. Exhale to fold it in. And inhale, roll your way up to standing. Arms sweep overhead. Maybe a mini back bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart, center. David, you have a tree in your face. So do you, Lisa. All right. Inhale, I can't see half of you. Sorry. All right, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Maybe touch the leaves. Exhale, forward fold, coming into classical suns. Inhale, step left foot back, lunge. Left knee comes down to the earth, lift and open through the torso. And we'll hang out here for a few breaths. So find your balance. Breathe down into the hips. Lift through the heart. Yeah, gorgeous. Feel for space in the torso. Exhale, lower hands to the earth. Step back to plank pose. Now you can always skip the vinyasa, especially if you're feeling tired. Or you can go directly down dog. Otherwise, lower with me, chaturanga. You can always bring the knees down for support. Inhale, cobra, lifting the heart. Drawing shoulder blades down, not stressing the low back. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, step left foot forward, low lunge. Lift and open. You can always bring the hands to the thigh to help guide you deeper as well. Really find that strong fluid breath supporting your opening. Exhale, hands to mat, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Start to flow here. The leaves crack me up. All right, now re-extend. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back lunge. Lift and open, telescope the ribs. Exhale, hands to the earth, step to plank. Go at your own pace, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, step right foot forward, lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to mat, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back lunge. Open it up. Move with your breath. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to plank. Chaturanga, slow and controlled. Inhale, lift the heart. Beautiful. Nice, Lisa. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold. Slow and controlled so you're feeling all those micro movements. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last round here. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to mat. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, right foot forward lunge. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose, close your eyes. Rest your arms by your sides. And just find your breath. Taking a quick body scan, notice if there's any unnecessary tension. Take a moment to release some of that. Inhale, float the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them. Lifting to the chest, sit a little deeper so it feels nice and uncomfortable. Maybe your legs start to shake. Notice if your face is compensating for the intensity of the pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale, plant your hands to the mat, step back to plank, hold. So hips are in the same plane as the shoulder. Feeling for that engagement at the core. If you want a little more challenge, isometrically draw the heels of your hands back, the balls of your feet forward so you feel that core engagement. And from here you have the option to go directly into down dog or flow through a vinyasa. Slow and controlled, lowering, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the chest through, cobra or up dog, yeah. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot about 2 inches above the earth. So it's just barely hovering. Lift up through the hip so you feel that extension through the spine. And take the entire next inhale to float the left leg to the sky. So very slow, like you've got a pulley on that leg, extending it to the sky. Yeah, beautiful, Melinda. Spread through the toes, reach that leg long. You can always exhale out the mouth. Without momentum, step the left foot through. Keep your hands framing the front leg. So you're in a low lunge. Back knee can always come down for support. You can always bring your hands to props if needed. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another so you've got that contraction. Bless you. And then float the arms back behind you so now you're really hovering above the earth. Shoulder blades hug towards spine. Yes, awesome. Breathe along that spinal line, so intentional breath. Inhale, draw the torso up, arms sweep to the sky. Crescent lunge. You may need to readjust so you don't fall over. Depends on the grass where you are. This is why I use the platform, because I've got easy straight concrete to work off of. I've offered others, you can come up on the screen if you want. No? Soften through the shoulders. Breathe here. Exhale, bend your elbows. Start to lift through the chest. Keep lifting up out of the low back so you're not creating that crunchiness. As you start to dislike the pose, stay with the sensation. Inhale, float your arms back up. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down to the earth. Right hand stays rooted. Inhale, left arm either comes to the, or left hand rather, comes to the left thigh, or left arm extends up to the sky for your spinal twist. Yeah. Connect into that fluid breath. Breathing into the heart, using the exhale to guide you deeper in this twist. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Weight shifts into the left foot. Inhale, standing splits. Rock the weight in the left leg. Inhale, right leg floats to the sky. If that feels like too much today, you can come into a basic forward fold, stepping the right foot in to meet the left. Otherwise, that right leg is extending towards the leaves. Yes. Nice, Katie. Spread the toes. Maybe pressing the chest even closer to that left thigh for an accentuation on that stretch. Love when I make up words. Left hand comes to the outer diagonal of the left foot. Hug the right knee into your chest. Inhale into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So right hip stacks over the left, right arm reaches to the sky. You may want to use a prop under that left hand if the ground feels far away. Option to come into a bind, bending that right knee, grabbing hold of the foot with your right hand. Beautiful. If you have the bind, release. Step the right foot to the back of your mat, warrior two. Windmill your arms up. So you're facing the right side of your mat. Hips in line. Take a few moments. Connect to that solid breath. release the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers, start to lift up to the chest. This can be where you stay, or coming into ostrich pose on your exhale. Dive forward, bringing the torso to the inside of that left leg, right, or rather, hands clasped, reaching up towards the sky. Head hangs heavy. The deeper you bend into that left knee, the more you'll feel it. Lower the clasp, come all the way back up. Yep. Re-extend the arms. Straighten out the front leg. Shorten your stance for triangle pose. Reach as far forward as you can with that left hand and then tip it over. Left hand to your shin block or earth. Right arm to the sky. Breathing here. Maybe you can hold on to the tree for some balance. Nice, David. It's perfect. Reach through that right hand, come all the way back up. Come back into your warrior two, so you may need to widen the stance again. Exhale. Wrap the left arm underneath the right for eagle. Lift the elbows up a little bit higher. Breathe into the back of the heart. If you can't get that second clasp, don't worry about it. It's more about the spreading through the back of the heart. All right, you're welcome to stay here. Or eagle ostrich, also known as an emu pose. Dive forward. Bring the torso to the inside of the leg once again. If your clasped or wound arms can reach the ground, go for it. Once again, breathing all the way down into the hips. Head to ankle prep. Unwind the arms. Keep your legs as they are. Walk the right hand to the back of your mat. Left hand comes to the inside of the left thigh. Start to press the left leg forward and away. Lean the rest of your torso towards that right leg. The deeper you bend into the left knee, the more you will feel this stretch. Breathing into that inner thigh. Exhale, release. Walk both hands to the top of your mat. Lower the right knee down to the ground. All right. Deep low lunge. Hands on the left thigh. Come upright. Start to inch that left foot forward, shifting the hips towards the earth. This may be where you stay, or playing around with lunge H to the B. Go back out of the pose. Bend the right knee, reach back, grab hold of the foot, draw the heel towards your glutes. Not needed. Really just want to go to where that first edge of resistance is, and then breathe into that. Notice what's present for you. Stay with sensation. Two more breaths here. Release the back foot if you have it. Inch your hips back. Hands frame the front foot, curl the right toes under. Inhale, extend the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Then the left knee open up to the hip. Option to take a wild thing if you'd like, flipping your dog. So left foot rotates, right arm balances you as you extend the left arm to the sky. Then flip it back over, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, left knee to outer edge of right arm. Little crunch here. Inhale, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, left knee to outer edge of left arm. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale into pigeon. Bringing that left leg through. Now, if this is a lot for you, come onto your back. Take a reclined variation. As you're ready, we can take the relaxing version here where you fold over that left leg. Using any props as you need. This is a pose that you especially don't want to push in. There was actually a yoga journal, no, a New York Times article about yoga a few years ago about how people were needing hip surgery from pushing themselves in poses like pigeon. So when I say don't go very deep, I mean it. Your goal here is to just first feel that edge of resistance. And with your breath, soften. So you're not pushing, but you're melting into the pose. About 4 more breaths here. Where else can you release? Last exhale, exhale out the mouth. Start to inch your way back up. Take your time. We'll all meet up in down dog. If you want to take a few cat-cows or a vinyasa, go for it. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Taking a moment, just notice the difference between your two sides. Your next inhale, extend, or no, rather lift the right foot about 2 inches above the ground. Lift up through the right sit bone, so you feel that extension. And slowly float the right leg up to the sky. Yeah, beautiful. Nice, Lisa. Spread the toes. Reach that leg long first. Then focus on height. Breathing into the intensity of this pose. Exhale, slowly step the right foot forward. Both hands frame, or rather the hands frame the front foot. Back knee can always come down for support. Hug inner thighs towards one another so you've got that engagement happening. Your inhale, float the arms back behind you, hover above this right quad. Yes, awesome. Fingertips reach back so there's an activation. Shoulder blades hug towards one another. Nice, Katie. Soft spread through the fingers. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up to the sky, crescent lunge. Take a moment, situate yourself here. And notice where you're gripping unnecessarily. Can you melt a layer or two there? Exhale, bend your elbows, lift up and open through the heart. Maybe come a little bit deeper in your lunge. Yes, nice, Louise. Inhale, reach the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, hands all the way down to the earth. Left hand stays on the ground, setting up for that spinal twist. Right hand either comes to the right thigh, or right arm peels open towards the sky. Breathe here. Intentional long inhale, mirrored with that equally strong exhale. So you're using your breath to unravel. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Standing splits, weight shifts into the right foot. Inhale, extend that left leg up to the sky, folding over the right thigh. Spreading your toes, let the head hang heavy so you're not working the balance from your neck and head, letting the balance more come from your core. Fold into this pose. Option is always to step that left foot in to meet the right. Breathe here. Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, hug the left knee in to meet the right. And then inhale, right hand comes to the outer diagonal of that right foot. Extend the left leg back up, opening so you're facing the left side. Breathing here, stacking shoulders over shoulders, hips over hips. Maybe take that bind if that feels good. Inhale, re-extend arm and leg. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of your mat, arriving in Warrior Two. Take a moment, situate yourself here. So hips square to the left side of your mat. Front knee working towards a 90-degree angle. Heel bisecting the left foot. And then arms float up. You can always take a few exhales out the mouth to release. Exhale, arms back behind you. Interlace the hands, lift to the heart. Once again, you're welcome to stay here or move into ostrich pose. Diving forward, bringing the torso to the inside of that right leg. Head hangs heavy, so the neck gets to traction out just by way of the weight of your head. Clasp hands extending to the sky, breathing down into the hips. Fire up the legs, come all the way back up. Straighten out the right leg, Trikonasana, triangle pose. You may want to shorten your stance. Float the arms up, parallel to the earth. Reach the right arm as far forward as you can so you've got that extension. Then tip it over, bringing the right hand down, left arm up to the sky. Fill this pose with breath. If you want to do it true Forrest style, let your head be neutral, just relaxing. We spend so much of our lives led by our head. Give it a break. Reaching through the left hand, rise all the way back up. Come back into Warrior Two. Bend that right knee. Eagle Warrior Two. Take the right arm, wrap it underneath the left. Elbows up in line with the shoulders. Soft press of the forearms forward so that you've got this light stretch occurring in the back of the heart. Option to stay here or turn this into an emu, because that's what happens when you combine an eagle and an ostrich. Diving forward. Head hangs heavy. And always exhale out the mouth to release some unnecessary tension or some built-up tension. Inhale to unwind the arms. Head to ankle prep, or as Anne calls it, head to ankle held. So, I missed that lady. Walk the left hand to the back of your mat. Right hand comes to the inside of the right thigh. Start to press the right thigh forward and forward, or forward into the outside of your mat. Forward and forward. And then lean towards the left leg with your torso. Sometimes the things I say in yoga are ridiculous. Bend a little bit deeper into that right knee to activate the stretch even more. Release. Let the right hand come to the earth. Walk both hands to the top of your mat. Add some padding if needed under that left knee. Lower the knee to the earth. Deep low lunge or lunge H to the B. Walk that right foot forward and then start to shift the hips forward. Should feel nice and intense. Breathing just to that first edge of resistance. So you're not pushing. If you can't find a fluid long breath, then that's a really great indicator to back out of the pose. If you don't feel much happening yet, coming into lunge, H to the B, bending the back knee, drawing the heel towards the glutes, still shifting the hips forward. Strong fluid breaths, stay present. Oftentimes when we get in those places of discomfort, we choose to disengage. Stay present. Three more breaths. Exhale, release. Hands frame the front foot. You may need to scoot that foot back a little bit. Three-legged down dog, root down to the hands. Inhale, extend that right leg up and back. Bend the right knee, open up through the hip. Should feel pretty good here. Option to flip your dog, taking that wild thing. Not a forest pose. And flip it back over. Re-extend the right leg. Exhale, right knee to outer edge of left arm. Little Abhyuday pose. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, right knee to outer edge of right arm. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, pigeon. Thread that right leg through. Take a moment, check in. So you can always come onto your back. It's not cheating. It's not lesser than. It's just what's right for your body. And then slowly ease into that relaxing variation. Once again, notice where you can let go. If you tend to push really hard, this is a really great opportunity to back out. I used to hate yin yoga because I thought I had to go into my deepest stretches. Then I had a wonderful teacher instruct me to only go to 60% of my intensity. So if you tend to go 110%, it's an opportunity to back out of that intensity and notice that you can hang out there and gain sometimes even more benefit than going all the way in. Soften a little more. We'll take about 5 more breaths. Always exhale out the mouth. Let's all take an exhale out the mouth for our last breath here. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Shift rather your weight over onto that right hip. Wrap the left leg around so you're in a seated position. Pick up that left leg and do a little cradling action. Yeah, maybe your hands are there, maybe you wrap the foot in your elbow, whatever works for your body today. Grab hold of the foot. See if you can bring the leg over your arm. Left hand on the ground. We'll play a little bit with sundial here, so start to straighten out the leg. Just see what's possible. Once again, going to the depth that feels right. And then release. Set this left leg on top of the right. Now if that's too much, don't do it. Just come into cross-legged with the left leg in front. Hands, frame your legs. This is your core work, since we didn't do enough earlier. Engage the abdominals, lift up. Your arms are long enough, I promise. All right, release. Switch sides, pick up the right leg, do a little cradling. Maybe you stay here, or seeing if you can wrap the leg around the arm. Right hand comes down. Little sundial pose if that feels okay on your hamstrings. Remembering not to push. You don't get any awards for going deeper. That's what I love about yoga is there's no real way to be good at yoga. Exhale, release. Cross the right leg over the left. Maybe the right leg is in front of the left if that feels too intense. Press down through your hands. Get a little lift because you can. And sometimes it's just an intention, right? All right, lower back down. Last option here, totally optional, is to play around with full lotus, bringing the opposite leg up on top. If that's too much, don't do it. We'll do one more little lift, so hands by your sides, wherever you are. Lift up. Let's see how long you can hold it while still breathing. And then ease down, unwind the legs. Lotus is the deepest hip stretch besides probably roadkill. We'll do that next time. Come on to your backs. Gotta get everyone's hips more open before we do roadkill though. Do you guys remember that one?
No, what is roadkill? It came roadkill once.
It's a head to ankle pose. And then you lay down, and then resurrection is when you bend the back knee and grab it when you're under the leg.
Wait, how does that even work?
I'll show you one day.
See a pretzel, right?
Reach your arms overhead, legs extend forward. A little pulling yourself apart, little morning stretch as James calls it. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around their shins. From here, move into any final movement or pose of choice. So you can take a final spinal twist, you can take a bridge pose, you can do Viparita Karnani with your legs extending upward like David. You can take a happy baby pose. You can make something up. Whatever feels good to your body here. There's really no wrong way to move. It's just unwinding, taking about 10 or so more breaths to complete your practice. As you feel complete, there's absolutely no rush. But as you do feel complete, make your way into Shavasana. This place of final relaxation, so your arms are by your sides, legs comfortably resting on the earth. If you'd like to add any clothing or an eye pillow, go for it. More or less finding a position position here that you can be held by the earth. You can surrender without effort. And just releasing being held for these last few minutes of class. Back into your body. Slowly roll over onto your side, fetal position. With eyes still closed, press your way up to a seat on your mat. Inhale to reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands gather, heart center. Just take a moment here for gratitude, for your body, for your practice, this time with yourself.